Hi everybody, it's me Beth, and the final video for the Joey Drew Studios teaser thing that's been going on for the past 2 weeks has finished with !!! 3 out of 3. Now there is a possibility that there will be a final trailer like right before the game comes out, but since it's only 9 days away, it's unlikely. So, I'm going to treat this as our final video trailer, whatever. Here's what we gotta look forward to. So, like the previous ones, it is just a picture of the table with the radio clip and the bacon soup. The radio is Henry's, and he's like, this is probably gonna be my last chance. Speaking in this thing, he spotted me and probably won't let me keep this. But the he's probably referring to is probably one of his captors, which, as we've kind of figured, is probably the Boris that is with that Alice angel that murders the Alice at the end of the chapter that's been found through files. His name is Tom. The Boris is kind of just standing there like, my work here is done, when Alice is doing everything. He mentions that he misses Linda and he loves her, so we can probably infer that Linda is probably his wife. There's a possibility that Henry left the studio because Joey was working him so hard that it was pretty much either it's me or the studio, and Henry's like, you know what, Joey, you don't pay me enough, you don't treat me with enough respect, I'm leaving with my girlfriend / wife, so bye! Because he does mention that in one of the radio diaries that is found in the 3rd chapter, it's an audio log from Henry, and it's like, I've been working so hard, this wasn't the partnership I was thinking of, that Joey had sold me, and I haven't seen Linda in such a long time. This isn't working out. I don't know what to do, but I've got this new character. So, there's that involving Linda. He also mentions that there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that doesn't make sense for him. And he does also mention that coming to the studio reminds him of what he gains, which is an interesting aspect because it could be inferred what he gained from leaving the studio, the fact that, everything's kind of gone to crap, and so he's glad he left when he did. It could also be an allusion to the fact that maybe Henry had some magical part with this, where it's like, maybe he helped with the demonic summoning things, and did the kind of like an exchange or something, and he was able to leave and end up fine. Or it could just be kind of one of those, man, I'm glad I left Joey when I did, because Joey's an ass. And finally he mentions, don't return if you manage to escape the studio. If you're hearing this, hey, if you manage to escape, don't come back, because the ink demon will find you, which is interesting because it's like ink demons kind of been this running thing. It's like face your demons, fight your demons. The ink demon knows all. The ink demon, Bendy holds the secrets that are coming to find you. Bendy holds closely. Bendy holds something or whatever. So Henry does sound kind of like, admittedly, like he's partially starting to give up on the fact that he's going to escape. Or he's at least accepted the fact that if he goes, he's gone. Or he's kind of accepted the fact that he's not getting out of the studio in one or all pieces. He hasn't fully given up, but he's kind of acknowledged the fact that it's going to be a little difficult to get out of the studio and back home than he originally thought it was going to be. Well, he probably originally thought it was going to be Joey being an egotistical bad and be like, look what I made without you, look what I made without you, I'm awesome. Instead, he's been fighting for his life. He lost poor Boris, and so on and so forth. So there's that. I think that this is going to be pretty interesting to see what the chapter brings, and what's going to happen, all this kind of cool stuff. Hopefully hopefully I'll be able to stream that chapter that day so I don't get spoiled beforehand when it comes out. But we'll see what happens. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on what do you think these trailers mean? What are we going to have to expect? Do you think that, you know, his captors are actually kind of like, it's a case of miscommunication, it's a case of Henry's actually the bad guy? You know, like what are you hoping that the final chapter gives us? And what this could all mean for the Bendyverse or whatnot. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments, and have a wonderful rest of the day.